iPhone 12 Pro. Some new, some old, but back again, being bold with the all new blue and a shiny gold. What's up, guys? I hope you all are doing good and staying safe. And this is it. This is the time, and it's the review time for the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, as you might have seen in the title, I am referring this review as a mini review because the review resembles a lot like the iPhone 12 mini. I have tested the device for a smaller time. The device has a smaller tested period, but it is great in every other sense of it, just like the iPhone 12 mini, and I am referring this as a shorter testing period because I sold my iPhone 12 Pro after using it for around 1 week. And I am waiting very patiently for the big boy, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Yes, Apple has literally made us wait a lot for their best, and they saved their best for the last, but we waited very patiently till the mid of November, and finally the date of getting the iPhone 12 Pro Max is tomorrow, that is 13th of November. So finally we all will get the hands on the new iPhone 12 Pro Max. But now focusing on the device of today, that is the iPhone 12 Pro, I have divided this review into 4 main categories that we all should focus on. That is the display, the camera, the battery life, and the other fancy features. Now, I am not considering performance because it is having the latest and greatest Apple's A14 Bionic chip, and it is by far the most reliable, the fastest among the competition. There is no one nearby the A14 Bionic in the competition. You go for Android in any other device, there is no competition. So it is the latest and greatest, and everyone approves that it is the latest and greatest. So for the hardware, there should be no debate. Now, coming to the first factor, that is the display. Now, the iPhone 12 Pro is having a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display, which also supports the HDR10 and the Dolby Vision content. And this time Apple has also given us a new ceramic shield coating on the display, because the display is now very much flat, because the Apple has provided us a new body for the iPhone, a new square shaped body. It's not new, it was previously used, but for us it's new because we all have been using that rounded display. So it's a new design. The display is completely flat, so Apple has introduced the new ceramic shield coating on the display, and they have partnered with Corning, who make the Gorilla Glass for this display. And I have to say, in my 1 week of testing, I found the display to be very much reliable and strong. And Apple also claims it is very scratch resistant, but for the drop protection, I don't exactly know how much more efficient it is for the drops, because I really don't test my device for the drop protection. So you can refer, there are many other channels who do the stuff like the drop protection or the ultimate scratch resisting test by putting the device in a very extreme condition. So you can check that out as well. Now, coming to our second factor, that is also the most important one, that is the camera. Yes, the camera. You all know that camera is something we all use every day, because the iPhone or any other smartphone is the primary camera that we always carry in our pockets, and people use it to capture the memories, to make some videos, good quality videos, to capture some good shots, even in the night also. And also, it's the time of lockdown, so people are mostly staying at home with their kids, so they have to they need to have the latest and greatest to capture the memories with their kids or the loved ones, because you never get this time again. And I also wish you never get this type of lockdown again, but this is a memorable time for many of the people who are having newborn babies or who are living with their loved ones, and they need to capture the memories with the cameras, and the cameras don't need to be a blurry one. So just like the previous year of the Pro series, the iPhone 12 Pro is also packed with the triple camera system on the rear end and a single camera on the front end. So talking about the rear cameras, there is one primary wide angle camera which is a 12 megapixel lens having f1.6 aperture, and the telephoto is also a 12 megapixel sensor with f2.0 aperture, and for the ultra wide angle it is also a 12 megapixel lens with f2.4 aperture, and the wide angle and the telephoto both are having the optical image stabilization and they can record in 4K 60 fps. Now on the rear end we are also having a LiDAR scanner, this time only on the Pro series, the Pro and the Pro Max, and the LiDAR scanner is a 3D sensor which, like for the Android phones, this also say like a time of flight sensor, they refer it as a time of flight sensor, but the LiDAR scanner is a 3D scanner which like scans an object, makes a 3D representation of object, and that is like a very giant step by the Apple because it sharply increases the focus during the image capture or during the video recording, and also the night portrait mode is possible now due to the LiDAR scanner and the amazing 3D scanning technique provided by the scanner. On the front end it is also having a 12 megapixel single camera with f2.2 aperture, and it can also record up to 4K 60 fps. Now we all know that the photography and the videography quality of the iPhones, it's very superior, like due to the neural engine that Apple provides in their new chipsets, in the new silicon architecture. The lens along with the computational photography mechanisms make the image and the video quality even more and more better, and the night mode is simply like fantastic this time also, because I tested it and here are the camera samples you can see as well. And as you can see, the images are very crisp, very sharp, and like to the point, very neat and tidy images. And for the night shots also, you can see like in the night mode also, the images are not like the phone has not created an image with a complete like morning scene, like creating artificial lights and creating a morning background in a night photo. No, it's not like that. It give look of a night photo, like you can see the photo gives a look of the night photo, but it clearly represents all the details presented in the photo. Now coming towards the images of the front camera also, you can see in the night mode image how crisp and clear my selfie came out from the front camera as well. You can clearly see the night mode coming in action in the front camera as well. So these are all the camera samples for the front and the rear end. Now coming towards the battery of the device, this year Apple has reduced the battery of the entire iPhone 12 series compared to the 11 series. Like the battery of the iPhone 12 Pro is smaller compared to the 11 Pro, and similarly for the 12 Pro Max also the battery is smaller than the 11 Pro Max. So Apple normally don't like give us the exact values of the battery that they provide, but according to some other hardware websites, the iPhone 12 Pro is powered by a 2800 milliampere battery, and the battery backup has been like pretty decent. Like I haven't used the all new 5G, and because I had only 4G services available for my carrier for now, so I was using only LTE, and mostly I was using Wi-Fi for the entire week because I normally stay at home and don't go outside. So I was using it on the Wi-Fi network, and the battery backup was around like very similar to the 11 Pro, because previously I was using the 11 Pro and the battery backup was almost similar to the 11 Pro with the 12 Pro. And on Wi-Fi and also like on the LTE, I was not facing any battery drainage issues. But people say like on 5G it takes a toll on the battery, and having a smaller battery might be the reason, apart from the camera, that people might choose the iPhone 12 Pro Max over the iPhone 12 Pro. So if you are an individual who is using 5G a lot instead of LTE or Wi-Fi, I would also recommend you to wait and go for the iPhone 12 Pro Max instead of the iPhone 12 Pro if you really deeply care about the battery, then only. Otherwise, the battery is not very bad, the battery is still very good, and sadly you are not provided with the 20-watt charging adapter, but you are provided with the USB-C to Lightning charging cable, so that's also very well and good. If you have the 20-watt power adapter, the phone gets charged from 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes, so it is having the fast charging option. So like a slightly less battery backup will not be a problem if you are having a fast charging, according to me. But so far in 1 week I tested out and I didn't found any like big difference between the backup of the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro based on the usage on LTE and Wi-Fi networks, not on 5G. Make a note of that too. So now coming towards our fourth main factor, that is the fancy features. And yes, by the fancy features I refer to as the LiDAR and the 5G, which the all new iPhone 12 series possess. Yeah, the LiDAR is only possessed by the Pro series, but 5G is supported by all the 12 models. So now all the iPhones come with the 5G, and you know 5G is the latest and greatest, and Apple has also bragged about 5G a lot in their event, also like inviting the Verizon CEO onto the stage, who like explained his like millimeter wave 5G network and how it will change the lives, how it will give some immense high speeds to the users. But I will strongly suggest you that if you are going for the 5G, if you are like strictly changing your phone for the 5G, I will not suggest you to do that for now, because I haven't seen a lot of people using 5G and I haven't seen a lot of 5G coverage in the countries, even in the US. Like you don't get millimeter wave in your homes or in your apartments, and mostly you are staying home, or even if you go to your office you will not find a millimeter wave 5G because it's only available in the stadiums or big public places or in the open areas where you have to stand near the antenna towers so that you can get the complete range and you can get that ultra fast 5G speeds. And yes, for the LiDAR also, I already explained in the camera, like it is a 3D scanner. It is like a time of flight sensor which is used to enhance the focus and also enhance the night mode portrait photography as well. It will also come handy in the like video recording also. And yes, in the latest iOS 14.2, Apple has also introduced one accessibility feature by which the LiDAR scanner will check the distance between you and the object nearby you. Even if the object is a person or any other thing, it will check the distance, and it will also help in maintaining the social distance as well. So for the accessibility features, the LiDAR is also very good. And if you are someone who uses the accessibility features, who depend on the accessibility features, you should probably get the Pro series with the LiDAR scanner. And for the 5G, I will not suggest you to like take 5G very seriously for now. I mean, I haven't purchased that device for using 5G. I was using LTE and I was very happy because I know 5G is not very stable and not very much available in all the areas. And even like in big countries like India, 5G is still not available. Like no carrier is giving 5G for now in India. So that's not a major factor. So these were all the things about the iPhone 12 Pro. That's my mini review. As I told you, I sold that device after 1 week of use because I wanted to upgrade to the iPhone 12 Pro Max just because of the bigger battery and the all new camera, all new sensor shift, that the sensor shift stabilization technology in the lens system, and the all new battery backup and the 47% bigger wide angle camera sensor. These are some of the things which might not be very useful to you, or you might not care a lot for these things, but I care for that things because I depend on my phones for as my primary camera. So I have to get the latest and greatest and the best for my camera work. So that's why I sold it. But for my review and for my opinions, I will just suggest you, if you are like beyond iPhone 11 series, if you are below iPhone 11 series, like on the even on the 10s, 10, 8 or below, then I will highly suggest you to upgrade to any of the iPhone 12 series based on your budget and size preference, because the iPhone 12 Pro, I have used it and I really found it impressive in performance, impressive in camera, impressive design, and overall an impressive phone. So, but if you are an iPhone 11 Pro user and if you are planning to go to iPhone 12 Pro, then I will think like you should wait for this year, because I have used iPhone 11 Pro and I came to 12 Pro and like I haven't found a very much of a difference. Like it's not like even 25% of difference. So I don't find a lot to come from 11 Pro to 12 series if you are using the Pro series of the last year. So that's it for my review. And what do you guys think of that, and what do you guys think of the new iPhones that Apple have launched? You also tell me in the comment section below. I would love to hear that out. And as I told you, tomorrow I am getting the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, so just wait for the unboxing video, because the unboxing video will be live tomorrow and I am working really hard to make all the videos come really quick and fast, and iPhone 12 Pro Max will be something very much special to me because I am expecting a lot from that iPhone. Seriously, I am really expecting a lot from that iPhone, and I will create a lot of content, lot of camera comparisons with that iPhone, because I know that iPhone has the latest and greatest, and I would love to give you the content in the Dolby Atmos that is supported by the iPhone 12 cameras. Every camera of the iPhone 12 now support the HDR content, the Dolby Vision content. So I will try to give you the unboxing video and all the other reviews that I will make in the future in the Dolby Vision HDR content to you. I was unable to do this because, as I told you, I sold my iPhone 12 Pro, but I tried the Dolby Vision HDR video and I haven't mentioned it a lot because I haven't tested it a lot, to be honest with you. So I haven't mentioned it a lot in this, but for the 12 Pro Max, I will definitely mention it, how it works, what are the various techniques to edit that if you are working in that type of video format. Will Final Cut Pro support that? Will iMovie support that or not? I will discuss that all in my iPhone 12 Pro Max video series. So stay tuned for that. And if you like my work and if you like to support the channel also, do subscribe, hit the bell icon to stay updated with all the latest videos. And that's it for today. I hope you will like my video and you will support me. And if you have any other type of questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will be more than happy to answer all of that. So that's it for the video, and goodbye guys, and I will see you all in the next one really soon.